Hello all, it's June 1st, 2017, and I thought I'd give a short update video on some new organization things that I have implemented since doing my Craftroom tour earlier in 2016. First of all, I have been trying some of these distress inks. Now, I'm not an advanced crafter compared to a lot of people making YouTube videos, but I will say that they sold me on those distress inks. I thought, why do I need them? I already have these wonderful Stampin' Up! Inks, and I'm really enjoying using them. Can you get by without them? I think so, but I'm having a lot of fun with them. Now, I'm almost out of room in my 48 slot stamp and storage combo holder, so I'm going to have to buy another one. I think I'm going to buy a 24 one and put them together. But in the meantime, I've had to move my neutrals out of here. Speaking of which, if you have never been a customer of Stamp and Storage before, check the comments or the description of this video, and there's a link there, and if you use it, you get 10% off your first order. So getting a discount on their products is hard to come by, so do take advantage if you're wanting to order from them. Now, you will see I moved my neutrals temporarily over to my Stamp and Storage punch holder, but it'll work out for a while. I've got my refills up there as well. My pigment inks and my Memento VersaFine and StazOn inks. My whale tail punches and my big Creative Memories punches I moved over here. This is just, I took from my drawer I took from my Recollections cubes, and I'm just repurposing it. It's not the most elegant solution, but it will work for now. This is new from my last video. Ooh, so pretty. All the colors of the rainbow. Alcohol markers, let's talk a little bit about those. I am sold on the look of alcohol markers when it comes to coloring in stamps. Depending on what kind of look you want for the stamps you're using and the intent of the project. I balk at the cost of Copics, which retail Copic sketches run for $8 a marker. I think that's crazy. So I started out, I bought these Touch 5. I bought a set of 168 of Touch 5 alcohol markers. They are dual tip. Fine tip, which is a bullet, not a brush tip, and a chisel tip. I bought those off of eBay from a seller that ships from the US, so I didn't have to wait for these to come from Japan. 168 markers for $78 plus free shipping. So are these the best quality? Absolutely not. And when I'll show you my swatches later, you will see some colors are almost identical. So I have given some of these away, and I didn't even bother putting out the grays. There was 24 grays in this set. But to get me started in alcohol markers to see if I like coloring with them, I think it's worth 50 cents a marker compared to $8 a marker. I don't regret the purchase. I don't think I needed this many colors. Now, then I saw some online reviews of the Blick Studio marker. Let me show you these. And these sorry, you guys. These markers also have a dual tip, chisel, and a brush tip. And let me show you the brush tip. So I think that's pretty nice. You could tell I had the cap in my mouth, can't you? There were a set of 98, and you can see all of the grays. You have your basic grays, warm grays, and cool grays, black and warm black. So out of 98 colors, most of them, I mean, a big chunk of them are grays. So this set of 98 markers sells for $199 on dickblick.com, or if you have a retail location near you, you can go and pick some up. However, I did not spend $200 for these 98 markers. I found online a 40% off coupon. They often have a 25% off coupon right on the website. I was lucky enough to get a 40% off coupon. So I got almost all these markers, and it does include a blender for $135 and free shipping. So again, I think the quality of these are miles and miles above the cheapo Touch 5s. And so I would recommend, if you want to get started in alcohol markers, to start with the Blick Studio Brush markers. Then we have my Copics. Now, I started my collection by buying a set off of eBay for, I ended up getting them for, I think, like $3.25 a marker. But I do regret the purchase because you can see some of these markers were not sketches. They were, I don't even know what you're called, Copic 2s, the original Copics. And the difference between these and the sketch, probably these might hold more ink. And these have a chisel tip and a bullet tip. Whereas the sketches have a chisel tip and a brush tip. So they came with the price tags on them. So these sell for $8 and I got them for like $3.25 a piece. But I kind of regret it because what good is getting a good price on a marker if half of them are colors you would have never bought? For example, I would have never bought this on my own. Whoops, sorry you guys, my finger. I just wouldn't use this neon highlighter color, nor would I have bought this. So, grain of salt. It was an impulse purchase. It did give me a lot of good browns and a lot of good foundation for my colors. So if you are wanting to start off in alcohols and you start off with the Blick markers, my advice is to add to this collection as you need to per project by buying Copics from the Dick Blick website. Single Copics as you need them. I discovered that out of all of these colors, you all, I didn't have blues light enough to do a project that I wanted to do. So I went and ordered 4 blue Copics from Dick Blick the other day, waiting for them to come in. Now you might look at some of these end caps and say, well, some of these look very light. But the colors differ so much from what you see on the lids that you really, I mean, this is a must. You have to swatch out your alcohol markers. And let me show you my Swatch Solutions. First of all, I bought this from the Sandy Alnuck website. I think it was like $6 for the download. And I thought, $6 for the download, why should I buy it? But after looking around, this really is a great way to swatch out your Copics. So anytime I get a new Copic, I'm going to be coloring in these swatches. And as you can see, I had some bleeding because some of mine came extra juicy. So beware of that before you swatch, live and learn. But I think this is a great way to pair your blending groups. And if you Google some completed hex charts, which a lot of crafters have completed them, which is amazing, it's over 300 some odd colors, you will see how it can really help you not only keep track of what Copics you have and what Copics you need, but can help you just at a glance grab the markers you need to blend whatever you want to blend. So I definitely recommend springing for this. Oh, and there's gray swatches on the back. And by the way, per Jennifer McGuire's advice, I keep all of my swatches. Well, she didn't advise me on keeping swatches in this, but she did advise on these job sleeves. So I will add a link to this product. The only drawback is one side is clear and one side is frosted, and I don't like that. I wish they were both clear and easy to read. But you can see I made my own files for my Blick Studio alcohol markers, and if I could find an online hosting for them, I'll make these available for you to have for yourself. They are in a Word document, and the reason why I added a blank column is eventually I want to do blending combos that I like so I can remember and keep track, or maybe even add Copic comparisons over there. I don't know. I don't know if I do it the same today if I did it, but you can see I've swatched these out because, again, you cannot tell from the lid of the markers what color is going to come out, and this saves so much time. Speaking of swatches, I've not used these yet, but these are not alcohol markers. These are a watercolor marker, and this is Zig Clean Color Real Brush, and I bought a set of 60. They come in different size sets, and they go up to 80. There's a total of 80 colors. I just happen to throw some gel pens in there. Just don't look at that. And I used the Swatch download for these. Well, first, here they are. Sorry, you guys. Here's the swatch that I just made when they first came. And these are watercolor markers, and I just did the scribble swatching over here with my handwriting. But that doesn't really give you a clear picture of what they look like when you use water, which is what these are designed for. So I downloaded the swatches from jennifermcguireinc.com, and I will share the link in the video description here. And I think this is going to be really helpful. Show you some more of them for when I get the guts up to start learning how to use these watercolor pens. I think they're going to be a lot of fun. A lot of people use them, and I'm very much a novice at watercoloring, and I just can't wait to dedicate some time to learning about that. You see some blanks because Jennifer's swatches are for all 80 colors, and I only have 60 colors. If you do choose, by the way, to buy the cheapo Touch Vibe markers that I talked about at the beginning of the video, there is just Google online. I downloaded this online. I can't even remember the website where you could swatch them out, but I'm going to show this to you because you can see how, like, look at these greens. They're almost exactly the same. So yeah, you get 168 colors, but what you get are big gaps in colors. Like if you're trying to blend, sometimes you see a big gap in the color ranges you need to do a really nice blend, a 3-color blend or even 4-color blend. And then next thing you know, you have 3 of almost the exact same color. So just beware, buyer beware. You get what you pay for. 50 cents a marker versus $8 a marker. So, oh, I know, I forgot to tell you, these trays that the markers are being held in are the Spectrum Noir sets, and I think a 6-piece set holds, let's see, 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 96 markers, 72 markers. And I got these from Amazon, and the reason why I got black instead of the clear, because they do come in clear, is you save a lot of money right now by buying them in the black color. I probably saved at least $60 or $70 altogether. So I wanted to make sure you knew what I used to have. I just like everything in its place and everything out in the open. So I find this inspiring. I did also update my paper storage. These are, let's see if I can get back far enough, cubes from 12 by 12 cubes and the rolling base from stampandstorage.com. Again, the link is in my video description. And I already had come up with the 12 by 12 storage that I made myself, and I used the 12 by 12 folders that you could get on Michael's and buy in bulk. These 12 by 12 folders, I was so glad that when I got these cubes, I found that they fit in the cube. So I did not have to reorganize all my papers in the new folders, in the new Stampin' Storage folders. I was able to transfer, and that saved me a lot of time. But buyer beware. I'm sure the Michaels folders, yes, they're much cheaper than the Stampin' Storage, but they don't come with tabs, you guys. Stampin' Storage does. So each of these cubes comes with 25 folders, and you could buy more on the Stampin' Storage website. I store my paper like I store my pens and inks in RGB order, and I also store my 12 by 12 along with my 8.5. Most people store them separate, and I store mine together, at least with my Stampin' Up! Cardstock I do. And this top cube is all Stampin' Up! Now you will see that these cubes hold a little less than the storage that I had handmade myself. So you don't see the neutral papers here. You don't see the whites, browns, or blacks and grays. Those are still in my closet. Do I dare show you the mess? Oh, it's just between us. So I still have these in my handmade solution there. Because I know when I reach for a brown, I know what brown I want. When I reach for a certain shade of blue, I need more light, and I need to be able to get in there a little better. So that's the update on my storage changes so far. I'm also working on a new solution for die storage, and I'll do a little video when I get that done. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.